So you are designing your circuit and you put your MOSFET and channel MOSFET, and when you are going to select your MOSFET, you are going to find out that probably it doesn't have the model for your particular MOSFET. That's normal. You cannot have models for every MOSFET. So what you're going to do is to close this and go to the internet and search for, open the internet and search for the SPICE model for your particular MOSFET. So in my case is the AO for 3400, AO 3400 SPICE model. To open the page from the manufacturer, and the manufacturer gives you a SPICE model for this transistor. As you can see, it's already downloaded. I'm going to open my downloads folder. Here it is. We can change the name. The .mod file is for other programs. In the case of LTSpice, the extension that is normally used is the subcircuit, because if we open this file with the text editor, it can be Notepad or Notepad++ or any other. If you open this file, as you can see, the manufacturer doesn't give us a model for the MOSFET, but gives you a subcircuit for the MOSFET. In this case, it's because the AO3400 is a type of MOSFET that is a trench MOSFET. And SPICE, if you want to know this, SPICE is a program that was designed for simulate integrated circuits, and it was designed in the 70s. And normally integrated circuits don't have trench MOSFETs, but manufacturer modeled this transistor into multiple components, so they can be used with SPICE programs. So we're going to get this file and move it to a folder that we are going to use to organize. You can name this folder any name. I'm going to put this folder on my documents and call it SPICE models. The folder can be any name, but you should not have spaces in the path, as you can see, because LTSpice doesn't like spaces in the path. So going back to the downloads, and we're going to move this file, so cut and paste. And we're going to open this file with LTSpice. Open LTSpice, open our file documents. I'm going to put here on all files. Okay, so this file has some problems because it was designed for maybe another type of SPICE program. So we're going to correct these small problems for LTSpice. First problem is that the first line for LTSpice and many other, I should say this, SPICE programs, is that the first line is always a comment. So I'm going to give you new lines here and put an asterisk in case you don't know about SPICE files, SPICE code or whatever, SPICE documents. Asterisk means it's a comment, so it's not read by the program. So let's make here some comment. Maybe a link. Oh, I will do. Maybe put a link to the datasheet or whatever it is. And next one is these red lines. What's the problem here is that it uses this plus, as you can probably guess. It means that it is this line that continues, and instead of writing everything on the same line, it uses pluses. So we're going to, but LTSpice doesn't seem to like that. So we're going to remove the pluses and make everything on a single line. As you can see, the line is blue because it's spice reactive. Okay, so you can remove some spaces here and make it more tidy, but it's up to you. For the program, it doesn't really matter because spaces, multiple white space characters, to be more precise, it's interpreted as the same thing for LTSpice. So we're going to save this file. The next key thing is that we're going to go here to subcircuit. Oh, one more thing. I'm going to, normally the manufacturer gives you what this net, so this is the subcircuit name and these are the exposed nets to the exterior. So normally the manufacturer gives you what these nets mean, but not in this case. I've analyzed the circuit or subcircuit, and I found out the net 4 means it's the drain. The net 1 is the gate, and and the net 2 is the source. I'm going to make this annotation because it's going to help us in the future. So save it again and right click this and select create symbol. LTSpice will ask you, do you wish to automatically create a symbol that will netlist against the subcircuit AO33400 and R, because apparently it's a female, R3 ports? Well, you choose yes. Okay, so it creates, so LTSpice will create for us. This is the diagram, so this is the symbol that will be used when we import this subcircuit on a graphic schematic, on a schematic file, on a new circuit. Well, you can use this. For me, it looks like, well, of course, it looks like a ship. You can use this, and as you can see, there is the pin 1, 2, and 4. But it will probably help us to have something that will look like a transistor. So you could do that. You could right click here and draw a line, etc., and make it look like, you can also draw circles and etc. You can make it look anything that you want, really, but that will take some time, and it's not a good way, because it will always look like different. It will always look different than other MOSFETs, and it's not really presentable. So as you can see, there is this. The name of the file is here. It's not necessarily the name of the file, of this file, but the name of this subcircuit. So we are going to close this. And where is this file? It's not here. So this file is normally created on documents, LTSpice, what's this Roman numeral, 10.5.6, LTSpice 17, because it's the version of LTSpice. To open, and then on lib, on sim of symbols, then there is this folder called auto-generated, and we're going to, as you can see, it's our masterpiece is where the symbol is. So I'm going to close this, and we are going to move this file to documents, and where we decided to put our spice models. So we can right click this and open with Sublime Text, or any text editor, can be Notepad. And as you can see, it is a text file. It's also a text file, but we don't need to learn this. first thing is that, as you can see, it's the model file. And it has a full path to our subcircuit. So, because they are now on the same folder, we can delete the path and keep only the name of the file. Okay. This is the first thing that I'm going to change on this file. Second thing is, as you can see, it's line, line, rectangle, circle. So this is what, at first it was just the rectangle, but this is just what we draw. This block here is what you have drawn on the program. So I'm going to delete this. And we're going back to documents, LTSpice, lib, sim. As you can see, there are many other files here. So there is the load. This is exactly what the what LTSpice, for example, the diode.asi. This is what LTSpice uses for its symbols, for its stock symbols that you see here. So we are going to open here the nmos file, nmos.asi file. As you can see, it's the drawing that we want to use, that we want to steal. So we're going to close this and open this also on the text editor. As you can see, there is, it's more or less like this one, but as you can see, there is the line, etc. So this is the part that we want to steal from the LTSpice artwork. So going to copy. No need to change this file. I'm going back to our file here, and we're going to paste. As you can see, now the line directives are on our file. Okay, it's saved. We're going to, don't need the text editor. Going to open this thing now on LTSpice. As you can see, it's there. The transistor, the MOSFET transistor is there, but it's not really on the right place. So first we are going to tidy up this thing. And oops. And the most important thing is to place correctly these things. These are the pins. So this will link with the subcircuit file. And if you remember, the pin number 4, the pin, I'm going to, the pin number 4 is the drain here. The pin number 1 is the gate, which is this place. And the pin number 2 is the source. You can rotate the pins. Okay, let's drag this thing here and maybe center this thing. Okay. Now it will look more like transistor that you are used to. Maybe put this thing, font here, smaller. Okay, and we can save and close. Now let's create a new schematic and try to add the component that we just created. Okay, component, and if you put here, and it doesn't appear. So you need to cancel this, open the control panel of LTSpice, and on this tab, symbol and library search paths, you're going to point where your symbol and library search path where your files are. So I'm going to, for the symbol is the ASI files and the library is the subcircuits, the files that contain the subcircuits. So I'm going to right click here on symbol and select browse and point where our SPICE models are. The SPICE models folder is in the library, same thing. Oops. Okay. Now, when we create a new component, here on top directory pull down menu, we can use the built-in symbols, but we can also use our SPICE models. And if we choose this, we can see here that the EO3400 model exists. Okay. And we can place as many EO3400s we want, and they will look like this. Now, to prove this, that this model is working, we did everything right, I'm going to make a simple circuit for these N-channel MOSFETs. And as you can see, the current passing through the drain on our AL3400 is correct. So this circuit is working as expected, and our model is the results are working as expected, meaning that we did everything right. Thanks for watching.